Andrew Tate, Vice.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
Andrew! Okay, that's exactly what I mean. Did you hear what he just said?
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
Andrew Tate!
Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Andrew Tate.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves, we shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow, I need to get better, I need to evolve.
I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This shiny hole. Hold on to it.
What I found out.
My plan was...
Yeah, there's the hypnotist. Okay? That's not a therapist, that's a hypnotist.
This shiny hole. Hold on to it.
What I found out.
When was the last time I saw a hypnotist? It was the right-wing 2016 movement. I know there was one for Charlottesville, but lower level. And yeah, it feels like an operation.
Out.
My plan was to sow anarchy.
Is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story
We clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining on the planet.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
I have like two rules. One, I never believe hoes. And two, I never believe men who live with hoes. So I'm conflicted. You can tell I'm like the worst populist, you know. I'm supposed to ride or die right now for him like everyone else in my movement. But I never trust people who live with hoes, man.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king.
No. This video's obviously garbage. This is Vice. This is fucking garbage. Vice, actually, interesting enough, was it was co-founded by Gavin McGinnis, who interviewed Kanye and Fuentes. That Gavin. So Vice took a weird, crazy left turn. I like Vice as like, oh, it's entertainment, but I've never watched one Vice video where I said this is the truth in my life. Even before, you know how now it's too obvious? Even when woke stuff wasn't that obvious, I never took it serious. Ever in my life. It was always CNN to me. CNN was garbage before Trump for me. Way before Trump. Mainstream media was always garbage for me. The only time I feel like I'm getting less programming and more kind of like population control truth. You know, they give you truth to keep the population kind of at bay, is from Tucker Carlson. Right? People hate Tucker Carlson, but there's a lot of truth in what Tucker says. And I just can't believe people say Tucker is the guy riling people up for crazy shit. He's not the guy.
Of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility.
Now, Tucker does kill me for the 9/11 take, right? He says rape victims should bear responsibility. Okay, I don't think anyone in their right mind would say that unless in the context of it saves more lives if you look at it that way. Hey, daughter, don't go to a rave and do drugs. They are going to rape you. And she goes to the rave. Bad stuff happens. She comes home. The next time she's invited to a rave, she goes, oh, wait, there's demons out there. You don't just say, go to the next fucking rave, right? That'd be creepy. Like, hey, daughter. Is that, if I had a daughter, I'd call her, hey, daughter. I wouldn't say her name. I come from a weird home where we call our parents by their first names. We shorten them, though. Like, Albanians don't do that. So, like, even Albanians look at me like, bro, you guys are some military, man. Isn't that weird? Like, that is the least... From all my trad energy, that's the most lib energy, I guess, right? Like, I call my mom by a kind of like a nickname and my dad nickname. That's very weird. When I see other... I've never seen Albanians do that. Just my family's strange like that.
For being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true at all.
See, sometimes I'm like, Andrew's a political operative, but he doesn't know how to answer some questions. Like, I don't think anyone in this chat would say, yo, she's ugly, bro. That's the last thing I'd say if she asked that question, right? I'd make it like, hey, man, there's a narrative, right? You guys are going with a narrative, and I don't appreciate that. But I would never say she's ugly because it's... Yeah, I just don't get it. He's sometimes such a good political operative, and sometimes he's like a frat boy. Little frat boy, like Marco Rubio.
Hello.
Look at this snake.
Is this Andrew Tate's house?
By the way, dude, never trust someone who looks and sounds like a little bitch, because it's not that they're evil. The pressures of the world make them bite and backstab you because they can't take it, right? A caveman will hurt your feelings to your face. But a little bitch will always backstab you. You understand? You'll have more security staying with gangsters in prison that you earn their respect than liberal friends. I'm telling you that. Like, eventually those guys will have your back. The liberals will never. I have liberal friends in my life who like they know, they know, everyone knows in the room that they never back me up. So we don't talk about it. I think it's horrible if you pretend like they got your back. I think that's a weird way to live. This Vice guy is what I'm talking about. This guy's a snake.
Yes, I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, that's like 1 out of 10.
Hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it. Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the...
I think Andrew Tate's house is almost as ugly as Cristiano Ronaldo's. Like, all this money, and you hire some atheist designer. And if you're gonna go with this kind of a house, like, it's a fun house, then put a fucking water slide or some shit. How's this like, he went for the whole, like, hey, this is a recreational kind of like after school special house for the special kids. And it's like, dude, put some fun shit, put a basketball court, do something. If I was some rich dude, I'm pretty sure I would have like pillars, like Greco-Roman pillars, and I would do what rappers do, actually. Rappers actually get the right guys. I would have like a Gucci Mane type villa or something. Or what the fuck is this Romanian shoebox? This looks like a Nike shoebox. That bothers me when someone spends so much money on the ugliest shit ever. Cristiano Ronaldo's house is actually a fucking mall. Kiosk. It's so fucking stupid looking. It doesn't even make... Hold on. This guy's worth $1 billion fucking dollars, by the way. Ronaldo's worth $1 billion. Okay? When you pretend to be a straight guy, you kill it in life. Hold on. Here it is.
Endorsements and investments haven't the world, and with that number is trophies. The living and dining area boasts some dazzling.
Look at this. Bro, this is actually your aunt's house.
Interior decor of vibrant green.
This is my rich aunt's house. Exactly.
Bold leopard prints and a chic round
Look
table.
at that fucking IKEA table. What the fuck is that? And look at the artwork. What is that? Like some mafia art?
The dining room is probably his second favorite in the
Look at that. What is this, dude?
entire house. The first, of course, is the expansive master bedroom, where he spends about half a day recuperating.
That's the smallest room ever.
The room is probably his second favorite in the entire house. The first, of course, is the
This is the smallest room I've ever seen in my life. You have $1 billion, dude.
expansive master bedroom, where he spends about half a day recuperating from
That's a
match.
queen-size
Once he has bounced
bed,
back,
too.
he goes for a refreshing workout session in the
Look at his gym. Look, it's a fucking Planet Fitness. Really?
state-of-the-art home gym. This is a highly private and secure area as well, so the paparazzi have no hope of catching a glimpse of him lounging by the massive swimming pool or soaking in the hot tub on the deck. There's even a small
Gorgeous.
football pitch on the
Look at
property.
him.
Security cameras are positioned all around and even on the road leading up to the house. And for added security, the metal fences surrounding his mansion go up
That's
to 8
his
feet in
fence.
height. From quiet and secluded to slap bang in the middle of the concrete
That's a Home
jungle.
Depot
Cristiano Ronaldo
fence.
also has a home in New York City and in Trump Tower, no less. The $18.5 million.
That's his other home. This is like an Airbnb you get when you finally date a 7 out of 10 and want to celebrate and fuck her in different positions. Like, what the fuck is this?
$1 loft in Fifth Avenue spans 2,509
And now this is your rich aunt's place. Even shittier, actually.
square feet. The unit is located in one of the L-line spaces in the tower, making it a special category of apartments, giving him a view of the Hudson River, Empire State Building, and panoramic views of Central Park. The interiors are done by Juan Pablo Molino, whose expertise lies in maximalism, so there's no shortage of
Molino.
opulence. Every single area looks classy, and the pieces of furniture are just sublime. The apartment has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms.
Look at that. That's depressing.
And 2 of them boast large marble bathtubs. The gourmet kitchen is fitted with Michelin star.
Look at the kitchen. Dude, you have $1 billion. Now I get why Trump did the all gold shit. I get it.
Our restaurant grade equipment too. Interestingly, the same home was the inspiration.
That's nice, but that's not even... Oh, it's from 50 Shades of...
behind Christian Grey's bachelor pad. There have been rumors that Ronaldo might buy another unit in the same tower, one that's a lot bigger with marble floors and wood paneling. It has a price tag of $23 million. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but we're sure it's not a lack of funds stopping the deal from going through. But you can't really holiday in New York. To get away from routine life, he also has a holiday house worth
It's not even his house. This is a random house.
$1.7 million in the sunlit shores of Marbella. Set along the Costa del Sol coastline, this beautiful vision and white mansion
Okay, this one is legit.
features a built-in theater, an LED driveway, and an infinity pool. Inside, it's completely modern and minimal with an open-plan living, kitchen, and dining area and an outdoor dining area. The marble bathrooms have floor-to-ceiling windows by the shower, so you can enjoy the tree-lined property and still have privacy. The home resides in an area referred to as the Superstars cul-de-sac, thanks to his uber-famous residents. Among them is UFC star Conor McGregor. Maybe one holiday house in Italy wasn't enough because Ronaldo went on to buy 2 more. The interconnecting villas sit on a hill, offering spectacular views of Turin. The home in northern Italy has lush green vegetation all around it.
Look at the home that he actually lives in. Hold on.
Hi guys, coming in. This is where I live. Let's go.
And more.
Many kisses on his mom.
Fucking God. You know what I'm talking about. This is some flat shoebox house. Anyway, you just go watch Gio's fucking Netflix and you'll see it. There it is. Bro, me and my brother laughed so hard because they're like, well, Ronaldo, so when you're relaxing at home, what do you like to do? He was like, I just like to do stuff that, I don't feel pressured to do. I don't feel like I have to do it for other people. I just get to do what I want to do. And so that's all I do when I'm home. And it shows him kicking a ball. And me and my brother are like, wait, don't you get pressured to play high-level football? So when you're home, you just kick a ball? Look, why are you wording it like this is your downtime? It was just weird, but I guess respect, yeah.
Limits, but I can show you some of it. G, come bite then. Show them how scary you are.
That's a
Is
nice
this the
dog.
normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This
or?
is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I am prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door leads to... I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, I can't take...
See, when he talks like that, in my head it just rings he is not a plant. Or he's a plant that likes his role. He's like RPing hard.
You in there either? It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security, you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
I love Tristan,
I live
bro.
with my brother. I think you get the best
Tristan's
version of yourself
based.
if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia?
Working.
Working. Okay.
This is,
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also later be arrested with Tate in December,
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation.
Hey.
He did not tell you to stop talking to her because it's like dangerous. She's got dangerous information. He stopped it because it's cringe, right? Anytime someone does that to you, it means like, hey, everyone's uncomfortable. Stop badgering the host. And another thing is like, we live in a world where your wife, who doesn't pay a dime for the house, car, or anything, the wife that you take care of with all your sweat, equity, and hard work, we live in a world where you say, go make me a fucking coffee. And if you say that live, you're canceled and it's over and you're sexist. Like, you go slave away 12 hours a day, every day of your life for her. But if you dare say, go make me a coffee in the West, and what's scary is most women actually raise an eyebrow. Like, are you talking to me like that? The number one thing you want to do when you're about to marry someone is say, if I don't have power to command a coffee when I'm busting my ass to make sure you have a home, if I don't have that power, I want to cheat on you hard. I'm not even a horny guy. I'm going to do it out of vengeance. Are you kidding me that they put that clip where he said, go make a coffee to try and slander him? Bro, the chick got a fucking mansion dream job out of this. You know? And as much sense as I make to everyone, if there's ever a clip of me saying, go make me a fucking coffee, you're going to see what happens. It's going to blow up. Everyone's going to hate me. No matter how much sense I make to people, the programming is too deep. We're in too deep. It's over. Yeah, it's that bad. It's really that bad.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
Sheesh.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises...
I've always defended Hustlers University. I've never been on it. Is it a scam? No, because the alternative is those boys are on Reddit. I'd rather them be fired up with a few Andrew Tate videos and, do some box shipping than be on Reddit. So it's not a scam. They're getting what they paid for. I think it's good. I don't even know what the fuck it is, really, but I know it's better than Reddit. I know anytime you feel like you're being scammed, ask yourself, what's the alternative, right? If I sell you some garbage that you'll never use, then I've deceived you. But if you're like a hunter and I sell you a nice gun and you sell furs, with that nice gun you get a lot of fucking raccoons or whatever, you sell the furs, you make money, then the gun is worth the investment, and I did you right. I don't think Hustlers University is a scam business, and I hate self-help people, but I don't think it's a scam because I know the alternative to being scammed is pure nihilism. Not that I am on Reddit, but I know how the world is.
This is to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask, I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment. You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do. Be quiet, cook.
Andrew's unashamed, misogynistic, and violent views so far seem to match his YouTube persona. But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13.
Get some fucking subs in here. What the fuck? It's my first day back, you fucking cocksuckers. What the fuck are you doing?
We have a special guest.
Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show
Tristan's
without my
based.
consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency meeting. Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
So, Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the slightest.
This is what's weird to me. The Andrew Tate Tristan dynamic is so off because technically, in the archetypal way, Tristan is the older brother. They've done good listening to Andrew, and you should always listen to your older brother, especially if you guys are politically aligned. If he's a liberal, then whatever, but respect him. Now look at this. Tristan acts like the older one, right? He's not that opportunistic compared to Andrew, and Andrew wants to take over the world, and really, this is where someone needs to pump brakes too. You know, this is a dangerous spot to be in, where it's like, hey, I got us this far. Keep listening to me. But remember, Tristan isn't blinded by ego, right? He's close, but Andrew's actually blinded. He has sunglasses on.
No, sorry.
What? Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
This joke is so cringe, bro.
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen the clown that hides the gay
So
people.
you've never seen him?
No. Is
Strange.
he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
I find it so weird how people like Andrew Tate, who said, I'm not going to give a man CPR, that shit's gay. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Right?
Sincerely Fate donated $20.
Hey, let's go.
Date content with all the bias experienced theories. Thank you for combating mainstream confusion. Also, welcome back, King.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Sincerely Fate. And Andrew Tate, who says funny shit, there's always this funny guy in my group of friends who they're just naturally hilarious, but then they focus on cringe jokes. Like, I'm thinking of Uncles too. Where have you seen the clown that hides from gay people? And it's like, dude, you're a funny guy. You don't need to do this one. Like, you don't need to do the Google jokes.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the Borg.
You've invited the liberal news media to come.
They can all come. Just
Tristan's so smart. I would never allow Vice in my home. I would meet them somewhere.
because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
It makes, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
Sing
said
like you
anything.
promised.
It's
If
a
you
setup.
think I won't kick Vice out of my house, I think.
A few more minutes, or are we done with it?
No, you can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
I hate when people used to say this about me. Oh, Zherka, when we turned the stream off, you chilled out. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Doesn't mean you didn't piss me off like the little bitch you are. I'm not breaking character because I can fucking... No. We're in a room with 1,000 people watching. I'm going to call you a bitch, But what do you think? I'm going to just follow you to bedtime? Hey, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch. You think I'm going to keep that energy up all day? No. We're done after the fucking stream, and then I don't want to even talk to you. You're a little bitch.
30-second break. Chatting shit. Another 5 minutes and we'll get you out.
It could mean breaking character, but it's like, just because when people say breaking character, it's like, hey, Andrew Tate doesn't think I'm a bitch. Yes, he does. Yeah, he's breaking character, but he still thinks you're a bitch.
You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at it. I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do...
See, Andrew Tate's ego thinks he can charm anyone, even Vice. And like, you got to know, how do people get paid at Vice? It's not being your friend, dude.
I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal...
See, Tristan is not even worried about charming the Vice guy. He's thinking of other things. He's actually the older brother here.
Broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys, yeah?
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
They're going to put you in jail. Unless you're a plant. I fucking hate this. Is he a plant or not, Chad?
I don't.
He's a plant who's getting burned. Like that show, Burn Notice.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no, please don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Here's why you should never allow Vice or any liberal mumbo jumbo in your house. Just think of police. People like people who say, I got nothing to hide. The police can just come into my house. Dude, Google YouTube police planting weed on people. Like, that's a thing. Police actually plant weed on you. Some police do. Like, nothing traumatized me more than when our political side was all about Blue Lives Matter. And I'm like, whoa, am I with the boomers? You know what these cops done to me? But yeah, it's like, I wouldn't allow police in my house, even if I got nothing to hide. I'm not allowing any of them in my house without a warrant. What the fuck? Same with Vice, same with all that.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Already.
Wow. This is
You
viral.
promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army's fighting, ethically and following the...
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it.
If you had to go to war, would you call your friends?
Let's see what people are saying. Tate win, as always. I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments. It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people? Tate Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account, it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another account, and again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really want something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother.
Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Hey, you stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say it?
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we...
Vice, have you never met a blonde? That's every single fucking blonde on earth. If you don't play crazy with them, they just leave you. Right? If you've never been with a white chick? Like, why are they trying to like incriminate this when she says they're playing?
Used to there.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference...
This is when I used to watch Andrew Tate, when he had like 20,000 followers. And I used to watch like every day. I'd be like, oh, fuck, man, this is the best guy on Fresh Fit.
...to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? They're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, this is a dumb hoe? They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During this same period...
Yo, we got invited to Fresh Fit podcast for... they know what I'm about, so they know I'm on their side against the girls. So we're going to go and... I'm going to go fucking... Yo, I'm going to go Masonic on their shit. I'm going to look at these girls in the eyes and be like, you are programmed by Freemasons.
The Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the Tate PhD, or Pimping Hose degree.
She was a fucking...
Okay, NFL guys, NBA, rappers, they all do that. Their girls got nowhere to go because they want to be with the star, and they just cheat. Okay, it's not just Andrew.
Hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the Pimping Hose degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian police now looking into him for rape.
Oh, that's crazy. So if they get a strike, they actually slow down on the extra red pill content because they don't want their pages down. I thought they just make new, but okay.
And human trafficking. I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women.
Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset.
That's not what you should say. You should actually say this. I find it a turnoff if she's had experiences like going to Maui with other men. I want her to be her first. That's my fetish. That's my kink. And then at least lefties go, oh, kink. He's got a kink. We got kinks too.
Less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape...
Okay, if you jump in a pool with sharks, Are you at all responsible for getting your leg bitten off? That's pretty cut and dry. I don't think I'm manipulating you, bro. I think that's a really good analogy for that rape thing.
Rape is a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen?
That's not the same for sure. Yes, it is. Girls who like hood rats, who stay with gangsters, who have guns and are murderers and are gangsters, and girls who get fucked by those guys, they talk about the excitement of being around these psychopaths. I was around those kind of fucking people. That's what a shark is.
Happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Well, they're talking about rape, though. Look at this fucking idiot in chat. If someone carries around a gun and will kill you for a gram of fucking coke, I'm pretty sure they'll rape you too.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men.
She's
who
just
seek
editing
to
over right now.
exploit it.
This is voiceover.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
You say women have R-word fantasies, but do men too? Believe it or not, a lot of men do, but most men aren't as extreme as the women, believe it or not. Most men, like, think of this Vice guy. He wants to get paddled and spanked. You know what I mean? By the way, where this rape fantasy comes from men and women is they're both really talking about the highest level of unity, where the male and the female become one, and your body is mine, my body is yours. And so they're talking about the highest level of trust and rough play, but they can't word it. What's weird about women is they talk about it wanting that from a stranger. Men don't really think of it like that. Like, men's fantasies are like with their wife, but a woman's fantasy is like where their husband is role playing like a stranger. It's kind of, the women's is a little more chaotic, dude.
Yeah, romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her.
But for women, it's passive, right? They're lunar, they're passive. Men, when they have fantasies, they're active. They actually rape and go to jail, right? So their fantasies are more passive, whereas when men have it, they actually act on it and shit.
In some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would.
That's our right wing. And everyone says, Zherka, you just jealous of Andrew Tate. If we have to give up degeneracy, we have to give up the hill of degeneracy in our culture war, then what the fuck am I fighting? What is the point? What am I fighting for? I thought I'm fighting for good old days where I'd ride around in a bicycle in the grassy neighborhood and no one's a fucking hooker on the street. I thought I'm fighting for that neighborhood. I didn't think the right wing is talking about hoes preventing male suicide. What the fuck? And the Vice guy's not even going to push back on this because that's his fucking liberal position. Andrew Tate is a fucking liberal. That's the truth. I hate when you think, well, John, that's in the culture war, that's just the sexual component. That's everything. The sexual component is the only fucking component damaging the West. That's everything. That's what took away marriage. That's what took away the family. That's the only thing you should be saying no to. You're not supposed to say, actually, it's preventing male suicide somehow. The fuck are you talking about? That's the 1960s sexual revolution to destroy us and turn the progressive wheel a crazy amount is what Andrew Tate wants. How is this guy our champion when Donald Trump would say, what the fuck? Even Donald Trump would say, what the fuck right here? And people are like, you don't go hard enough for Andrew Tate. You don't defend him hard enough. It's hard to defend a liberal. It's really hard to defend a liberal. That when Vice 100% agrees with you on a macro issue, what's next? It doesn't even matter, because if you concede defeat here, you've lost the whole culture war. It's over. If you lose on the degeneracy, it's over. That's it. That's the only front we had. That's the one place we had, and we gave it up for the pimp Andrew Tate. I like Andrew Tate, but if I have to defend this position, I can feel, I feel so phony defending this part of our movement. Our movement's so childish too, where it's like, I'm a real man, bro. What, you don't like titties, Zherka? Yeah, I like tits, bro. I don't like tits at the fucking park when I'm walking my kid. How about that? I like tits in private. How about that? Well, you don't like titties. Zherka just doesn't like tits. Freemasons who rule the world talk about generative principle. How everything is to generate mankind. All the power comes from what's in between your fucking legs, right? Your water soul, your liquid life force. And that one being used up on hookers is considered a right-wing position in 2023. Do you know that in the 70s, Andrew Tate would be seen as the hippie? And I bet Vice isn't going to push back. Watch, because they love this take.
Far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists.
Tate has to say this because this is his first millions, right? So everyone defends their first millions of how they're made.
Action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives.
You know, if I was like an evil, let's say Andrew Tate's guilty and I'm Andrew Tate in this instance and I'm hiring bitches and all that. If I was an evil guy, I just would never hire anyone that I don't have blackmail against. Isn't that what pimps do? Like when I think of it from the evil perspective, I'm not saying it's right, but you know.
To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views. It's like a virus.
Revenge porn is the most disgusting shit you can do, because if you leak a woman's porn, you think, oh, it's bad, it's satanic. Dude, if that lady has a kid, her kid will see their mom naked. You know what I mean?
The things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men's property and they get to do what they want with them. It makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny,
Start talking to some bitches. Say, me and my man are gonna fuck you.
where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying.
This video reminds me so much of a video I had on Instagram before I got banned. And everyone's saying like, oh, fucking base this shit in my comments. And when they're like, look at Reddit said that I'm like evil and shit.
Defying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
There's this video where Andrew Tate's like, why are you eating sushi? That's fucking pussy food. You're eating sushi like a bitch. There's some rice and some fish like a bitch. And my twin brother sends me it and he's like, he's literally you, bro. He's getting fucking triggered about the dumbest shit. I'm like, really? Do I talk like that? And then I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm Andrew Tate. There's no way. I know that I didn't grow up with fucking hookers, bro. You know, if I switched to OnlyFans work, I'd have the Ferrari so fast. That's like, wow.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to Romania to join the War Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to...
No, not about my dick being big, you fucking weirdo. I'm saying how many OnlyFans people I know that are big timers that have asked me to be on their shit. Like, and mine's not really, like, I'm so charming that I think I would have 100 collabs in a month. If I flew around a bit, went to LA and all that. But then I'd always have to deal with, like, that fast money problem where those sins surface later in my life. You know, like, for people who make money with hoes, bad stuff starts happening to them.
Inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves? There you go.
I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. Punch me. Knock out. Oh, look like you're bleeding already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
Boxing's got to be the fucking hardest sport ever. You know, if you take a month off, your jab is just not the same. Like, I don't remember taking a month off, like, kicking a soccer ball and being that bad. But, dude, if you take a month off boxing, your jab is just so fucking pathetic. And, yeah, and I'd say the jab is the hardest thing to fucking learn. The jab is the hardest punch to ever learn. Yeah, once you have that, you're like safe as a boxer. But yeah, boxing is so hard to learn, man. Like, even when you think you're good, you fucking suck. Like, globally, you fucking suck. MMA way better. I watch MMA, but I actually like boxing better. like if I had to do it. I feel like all the wrestling and MMA, since it gasses you out, it takes away from the knockout energy. You know what I mean? But, you know, with punching, you always have that shot.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the war room. In the world Andrew is creating, not only are women to be subjugated,
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
but men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Okay. Tap out.
You stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like if that were happening in a street fight, would someone stop? No, so that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, it's good advice and stuff, but for a dude who just vapes all day and it's his first time, dude, I would never. They'll puke all over your gym. But I like the tough guy attitude and stuff like that. But maybe after a few weeks, when it's like, this guy's probably never fucking worked out a day in his life, right?
Yeah, she.
Yo, by the way, I think I've had 2 cigarettes this year. I didn't buy any, and am I supposed to crave cigarettes? I always stop for a couple months and then I hit it again. But I had like a couple cigarettes and they're not mine, so it's like I'm not buying cigarettes. Even when I'm doing dumb shit like, oh, I'm gonna get some Sprite or have some sugary drink, or you know, fuck up with being health focused, I don't ever think of cigarettes. It's kind of crazy, right? I used to do these streams with like fucking 30 cigarettes a stream.
The War Room is a network. We have 10 meetings a year. The next one's going to be in the mountains of Transylvania. You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian
Yeah, I bite my nails
Mountains
sometimes.
to
That's
meet
bad.
Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test.
The test.
I've made it into
There's a bald
Andrew
guy.
Tate's war room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are 2 paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no from me.
I would just do it. I would do it. If I paid $5,000 fucking dollars to be there and I get to be in the inner circle and this is my life mission to be in here, I would just fucking do it. Yeah, I would. Hell, I would get fucking drunk as fuck. I'd be like, let this guy fuck me up.
Maybe I'll do a yes.
The thing I'm most afraid of by getting fucked up by a professional fighter, it's not the wrestling. It's not them throwing me to the floor. It's not even getting punched in the face. I don't want to be kicked by a professional. That's the only thing that I'd be like, fuck. Like, I would run right into him because I'm like, I don't want to be kicked. I don't mind if I got knocked out by a pro or any of that. But something about kicking, like, if you've ever taken someone, a kicker's like full kick, yeah, dude, I hate a nasty kick. Whether it fucking takes the air out of me, worst is shin on shin. I hate that, man. I fucking hate that. Right? If kicking wasn't allowed in the real world, I wouldn't be that afraid of professional fighters. You know, I'd be like, oh, now I've got a chance. But a professional fighter can just set you up for like, yeah, the nasty. I'm not talking about a knee. I'm talking about like a fucking nice low kick to your fucking calf or your hamstring. Kicks are the worst, man. If they miss, they just shin on shin you. It's like they're the worst, dude. And it's not 2 legs are not the same. Some people's legs are just way tougher.
Just to learn a little bit more of what happens and then definitely pull out at some point.
Does anyone have any questions to ask me?
No, the beautiful thing about kicking is anytime someone kicks in a street fight, it fucking sucks. It does like 2% damage, right? Even trained guys with jeans, they just kick, their kicks suck. But I'm talking about a professional is going to fucking break you.
There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance, we have medics. No one get fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn.
Yeah, so why is he in the cult room? Like, why is this getting CIA quick?
The power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that...
I asked my twin brother, right? I'm like, you're a therapist. What do you think of hypnosis? And they study it, right? And they're like, yeah, it's real. Right? Especially a broken soul. If someone's a broken soul, you can fucking hypnotize the shit out of them.
My secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself into something larger and darker.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're
The whole room that doesn't do it, I would just never trust them again. I would put them on some kind of like other program. I wouldn't even tell them, but I would separate these groups for life.
Make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us as long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself and I was angry at myself.
How can you be that scared when there's a fucking referee? Don't you, these guys go to bars and stuff. I'd be way more afraid of that where there's no fucking referee. There's a referee. As soon as you're hurt, you're fucking done, bro. You're gonna shell up and it's over.
Because he came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot
He's
of
scared
kind
of
of
one leg kick. Who the look at this guy thinks he's Andrew Tate. What the fuck?
Line. Yeah. What do you think about that?
See, you can tell they're living it up because look at the pen.
And
look at the pen.
Andrew Tate has obviously.
It's those try to quad color pens. Green, red, blue. I think it's try. I don't remember if there's a yellow. But that's a 3-color pen. Like, that's real success. I haven't seen that in years. I miss those.
He said a lot of kind of controversial things online. Yeah. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here, please.
We have a chaperone following up.
If Andrew Tate just became successful without the hooker stuff, he'd always be seen as a motivational figure. But there's always that baggage of your past. When you do hoe shit, you know what I mean? It just chases you forever.
Yes. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by Tate before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
What do you do?
Show that you're not some sort of right-wing extremist.
Why did you join the war room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. For the war room, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Now, what is this trying to like teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity, what do you think about those things?
I think he's speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision is proving restrictive.
Yeah?
No alpha craziness. He's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway?
Hey, man.
Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah?
good. Suits me, man. Brought over from Dubai.
Yeah, they look like CIA.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car.
Do you want to do the interview in here?
You know how CIA and top government operatives get paid? Some military general's wife leaked that they get paid through stocks and those kind of things. So everything can just be frozen for them last second. So the Ferrari never actually feels like it's theirs. You know what I mean? Like they're not taking home cash. None of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off.
He's ex-Australian Special Forces. Yeah, see, it's getting very Blackwater, private military, kind of like hired by the U.S. type shit. Bro, that's literally any company. You're a fucking retard. CEOs get paid money as well.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase, my woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase, my woman, for me, ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends. How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. And even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, wealthy men, they would support multiple families. How is that a bad thing? It's only very recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms.
It was like an honor if the king fucked your wife.
Work and career. Not that long ago.
I guess it would be funny because your wife is like, she comes home to you as a jacked peasant farmer. And you're just like the fucking biceps bulging, and she's so wet, and she's like, "Oh, this daddy owns me," and "Oh yeah, fuck me." And then the fucking soy boy king comes and he goes, "It's my turn to anoint your queen with holy dick," and then your girl's just like fucking a soy boy, and then I wonder how the king, like, there's no way the soy boy. I wonder if like soy boys know when they're fucking a girl that she doesn't respect them. You know what I mean? I wonder if they know or if they're like, I'm just killing it.
Indeed, in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war.
Yeah, it was Prince Harry would be a fucking king, bro. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what leads to...
Like, it hurts if someone fucks your wife, but if it's Prince Harry, it doesn't hurt. There's no jealousy. It's like, yeah, the king is fucking my wife, but that doesn't really sting. Now, if Brad Pitt comes to fuck my wife, now that stings, right? But if it's Prince Harry, I'll be like, yeah, they're going to scissor. That's kind of a turn on. 2 redheads, let's go.
Happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, your own agency in the world to
they do daughter too.
Your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't, she wants to pursue a career or something like that?
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
The core belief driving the war room and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command. My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the War Room.
This is the War Room of Andrew Tate.
Now, it's quite possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the War Room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please
Andrew
stop
Tate.
looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press. So they send an extra-friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the War Room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself as a man, so take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course I'm gonna try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars, living this lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
Are you ready? Round one.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for,
you're here to lose a little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media.
Oh, I didn't know that the pros are gonna go hard on them. What the fuck?
Is hanging in the balance. And the public backlash is spreading. I'm desperate to ask him about all of this. But first, I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
All right, let's go.
Give it up for
Uncle Pro's patting the records, bro. Let's go, liberal.
I'm very excited for it. Now, as soon as the bell goes, Matt has passed the test. I know he's going to lose, but wow, he's actually in there. Let's go, Matt!
The only thing you can do in this situation is bang a hard right hand in the first exchange, because nobody expects a fucking noob to do that. Nobody. Like, the one time you can get away with something completely obvious is when a dude is laughing at you and going like, this guy's a pussy, he's gonna just circle the ring and run. But then there's always the fear of, now you've pissed off the Russian.
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile
Oh, yeah, he's
on his
getting
face.
Texas gets stripped to the ground. And there's going to be a ground and pound finish. But that is it.
Wow, he went really easy on him.
Hold on, man.
Hey, that guy had to sign something for that. What the fuck was that?
He was unable to defend himself. I hated these guys when they turned up. I almost punched Matt myself when he was in my house. You know what? He's officially won me over. I can't believe he actually got in there.
Those who went all in on their fight came out badly.
Oh,
one man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher. The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's.
You know why someone snaps into a knockout completely like that? It's because their chin is just hanging loose like that. If I told everyone in chat to brace up as hard as they can and flex and cover up and flex their face and chin down and keep it as tight as you can till you almost cramp, it's almost fucking impossible to get knocked out. why would anyone ever be nonchalant in there? I don't get it. If you're going in there to lose, you're not going in there to fucking get KO'd in the first round. You go lose. Like you can lose. You can lose this fight. You don't have to die.
Image.
You know, yeah, it's not that they don't have a clue, because I saw those YouTubers and stuff when they started boxing and stuff. Did you know when most people start boxing, every time they hear their coach say hands up, they keep their hands up and still get punched in the face. Every single jab gets through. So when you tell a normie hands up, they think they're doing their job by keeping their hands up. They don't parry. They don't guard. They don't push off the punches. They don't actually intercept. They just keep their hands up and they think they're safe. And it's like, dude, there's like motion coming at you. You're not going to be frozen and meet it and be safe. And I saw a lot of those YouTubers, guys, who like, after months of training, they just boom, 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 hands up. They're doing everything perfect and getting hit in the face. It's almost like they'd learn better if they weren't told anything and they just said, hey, I'm tired of getting hit in the face. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Right? So I'm like, man, humans are just fucking stupid. Humans are just retarded.
Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come up to the front. He broke his hand on your head. And you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture. While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
This shame you hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
Immediately, he went to check on me, and I'm thinking, I want to go train because I felt inadequate, right? So
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb, and I'd love to get back here a year from now.
If someone surprises you with a fight on national television to test you, that has nothing, appreciate that, Grim, that has nothing to do with cardio, your training, nothing. That's not what the test is, not to see if you can fight. The test is to see if you'll take that offer.
Now, and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
Okay, this guy's clearly the broke guy of the group who spent all of his savings to join. Like, I guarantee you.
The last few days. I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
I want to be known as one of the best fathers in the war room. I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup, if I don't say yes to this.
Yeah. To be a good father means you're not actually here. You're with your fucking kid.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance.
Andrew, 5,000? Really?
Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and relax.
Here's why this is sucker shit. Is I guarantee you, men with great business portfolios paid nothing to meet Andrew. That's how the world works. So these guys don't have money like that to be in here.
There's some chicks, don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Oh, they got hoes?
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed.
Can you imagine if the hoes are fucking finessing in there too? They're like, is that $1,000 for us to go in that room? And the guy's like, bro, I just gave Andrew $5,000 and got knocked the fuck out on TV. You know, when guys are horny, they go, "Oh, yeah, fuck 1,000, man. I'm gonna be top G this year, so whatever." Like, imagine if it's Andrew's girls and Andrew's getting a cut of all the finessing. Oh Lord. Okay. Shit.
With Andrew's team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight could be the last chance to interview him.
Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Wouldn't it make sense to just apologize for some of the things you've said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter at Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's the consistent leading questions, the consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked.
Alpha Wolf Alex.
But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you, but you don't.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him.
You know, this is, well, ask Gaddafi what happens when he did. Anyways, this converting to Islam is a great right-wing partnership for him. And it kind of involves a bit of the left because they're seen as a minority. So this is a good move, right? Because he didn't have allies. This was a great move he made. But I don't think he's actually religious, to be honest.
Converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him, and rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world.
Nice.
In the first month after being deplatformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Andrew maintains that he has never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally manage to speak to some women from his past. Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we got on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
What?
And I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive, to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? When you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn words.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number messages to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under his control. It was always to remind me that he was there.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, we have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger? And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous. Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well. There was another time when he came into the bedroom me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all.
This became the try not to get banned challenge fast. What the fuck are you typing in my chat, dude? Why are you saying that to me? Let me just fucking watch a documentary.
And I had gone
This
to the
is
shower, I came
unhinged,
back and I
bro.
noticed he was...
Day one back.
Like, I saw him raping her. And,
So, just asking the question, is this the same girl who was like on that nice yacht trip a week after this happened? And she's like naked filming. Is that the same chick?
when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom, and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." That's kind of when I knew, you know, I had to get out of there. I stopped working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update, I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, "Oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence."
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction. In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge.
I just realized there would have been even more outrage if Vice couldn't do this hit piece because Andrew listened to Tristan and said, "No, you can't come to my house." I just realized, wow, imagine when they watch this and they go, "Dude, this guy's trying to get us locked up for life."
Let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me." Sally said, the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol.
Bruh.
We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
Bruh.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping
What the fuck?
you. I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling."
See, the only text I have of me saying words like this is like she starts it. She uses the words first and we go back and forth. But if I worked with, let's say, OnlyFans girls, I don't think I'd ever put that on text. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I've got a bunch of edgy text back and forth, and I've always said this for like a year straight. I said it live because when you say it live, it's not bad. If it just leaks one day, then you go, "Oh, I gotta explain this." But when you say it live, people go, "Oh, this is what he was talking about," just in case it ever got painted in one direction.
To CPS, apparently, that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell, 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically...
No, that's my problem is like people who are around me, I'm like a catalyst. They get so toxic. So if I date someone, within month 1, even if I'm not being extreme, they start bringing out slurs, rape talk, and they start to become hyper edgy because they go, oh, I can make Zherka giggle if I'm really edgy. And, you know, my dumbass rewards behavior like that, right? I'm so fucked up that, like, if a bitch fucking smacks me, right, and I dodge, I giggle. I don't say, hey, what are you fucking doing? I kind of giggle. I have a really fucked up... I have a really fucked up mind where it's like I reward bad behavior, and it's like, that's not healthy, dude. Don't do that, right? Like, in my head, it's Dragon Ball.
To do it alone was all a waste.
What do you guys think? Guilty, not guilty from Vice documentary? Did this change your mind?
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations. The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on
the texts are damning. I'd say the voice clip is more, but the texts are not that damning. Right? Because have you ever... don't you have a group chat or a friend that you go really, really toxic with when you guys talk to each other, and then let's say they just one day didn't play the game of toxic and you're just doing it because you're like, let's say you don't realize, then you would just get painted as really fucked up. I'd say the clips is worse.
On the 29th of December.
To be fair,
Matrix has attacked me.
The Matrix has attacked.
Police accused them of using the Loverboy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him.
Let's say he's not an operative, or he's getting burned by the same team that hired him, CIA, whatever. This reminds me of this book on magic that Manny P. Hall talks about, 33 Degree Freemason, where he says every fast growth cycle in your life, whether financial or whatever, you always get dog walked by the same thing that you thought you had a mastery over, whether it's a business or whatever. If you get greedy and very prideful, for some reason, whatever you're developing starts to dog walk you. You're going to see it with Jordan Peterson one day. He knows when to like cut back, but one day everything Jordan Peterson built is going to try and put him in jail. I guarantee you they're going to try.
But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy, is it the multimillionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
You know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
Right. Strong hit piece. 2.1 million views. And they turned off the comment section. Of course. That's sketch.